everyone, and welcome to the Yarn Journey Crochet Podcast. My name is Holly. I live in North Carolina with my husband and my kids, my family. This is a podcast about crocheting, knitting, cross-stitching, sewing, whatever I'm doing, crafty-wise. So if you are new here, thank you for watching. Welcome. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. Let me just adjust. There we go. That's better. Thank you for returning to watch all my craftiness and my madness. So yes, you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as HollyNicole1316. And you can also find me on Etsy as Crafty Mommy's Corner, where I sell my patterns. And you can also, we do have a Ravelry group. Sorry, my brain. I've only had one cup of coffee today, and I woke up at like, I think it was like 7:45 this morning, so I can go pick up groceries. So, we do have a Ravelry group. It is the Yarn Journey Crochet Podcast group. We are currently running a sweater cal that is running until March 2019. So if you are currently making a sweater and you would like to enter, go to the Ravelry group, enter, and you are eligible for pattern prizes. I am thinking about doing another crochet along or knit along or whatever, where it has to do with stash. I'm still trying to think of what I want to do. And I want it to be a yarn or like crochet hook, because I've seen some amazing specialty hooks or bags. I'm not sure yet, so it's still in the making, and I think I might do it after Christmas because I know everybody's making Christmas gifts, and or well, I should do it before Christmas. That would make sense. I don't know. I will hammer out the details to that one. So yes, we will see. I have to details. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. I don't even know. I don't know. So, anyway, let's get into it. I actually have some FOs this week. The first up is the C2C Blanket that I showed in my Whip Wednesday, which I'll tell you guys right now, I fell off Vlogtober because, one, it takes a lot of time to vlog every day, put the videos together, upload it. It takes a lot of time. And yeah. And I'll tell you right now, I hate cleaning. I'm not gonna lie. And vlogging every day in a house that's messy because I have 2 small kids, and I hate cleaning. I don't want people to be like, wow, her house is a mess. Because it is. Because I have 2 small kids that like to throw toys and destroy everything. So I was just like, it's not enough. It's too much work to clean every single day to where it's like Pinterest perfect or Instagram perfect for vlogs. And I'm just like, no. Anyways, sorry. Went on a little tangent there. This is the C2C that I put on my Whip Wednesday. And it is all made with I Love This yarn. This is the Ivory colorway, Turquoise, and Sea Spray Ombre. I decided, so it's like, it's a good size. I decided I'm actually going to give this to my sister. So on Whip Wednesday, all I had to do was this blue border. That was it. I'm not a big border person. And if I do a border, it's a simple double crochet, single crochet, half double, whatever. It's nothing, I'm not a big border person. So I finished this up, and I'm going to be sending this along with my other blanket that I'm making for my sister. So it's just a C2C. I believe I got this. It was a red heart pattern. It was a free pattern on their website. That was like a basic C2C striped pattern. I will link it below when I find it. So that is that one in a cute little square. I will link it below. All the show notes are below. I used to do show notes in the Ravelry group, but I don't know if anybody was really reading them, or I don't know. So I stopped doing them on there because, one, that's another extra step that takes a lot of time. And don't get me wrong, I love podcasting. It's fun. I love sharing what I'm making with you, different patterns, new things. But at the same time, it's so much work, which is why I stopped editing videos, because it takes a really long time. Like, I was losing all my Sunday. My whole Sunday was spent filming, editing, and putting up the podcast. And, you know, my husband's only off Saturday and Sunday. So losing my entire Sunday meant I was losing an entire day with hanging out with family, basically, because I was so busy with podcast stuff. So when I do it this way, it's just I sit down, film for 45 minutes, upload it to YouTube for however long it takes on my phone. But I don't sit there and wait for it. So, and then I put all the info in the description box once it's uploaded. Boom, done. So it just makes it easier. So next, I finished a pattern that I started. Now, this will look different than when I showed it last podcast, because I completely ripped out the entire thing and did it again because it was really bothering me how uneven it was. I wanted it to be uneven, but then when I realized, like, my brain was just like, it couldn't handle it being uneven. It was just like, no, fix it. So this is the Icy Mountain shawl. So instead of having like a bunch of irregular stripes, I have even-ish stripes. There's a pattern to it though now. It's a really nice, large, 3-color asymmetrical striped shawl. You can make it longer, so if you really wanted a longer, wider shawl, this pattern is super easy to hack, and you can just keep increasing on one side and call it a day. So it's a super easy pattern, like ridiculously easy. You can carry the yarn up the sides if you want. You can put a border. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. But the pattern is up on Ravelry and my Etsy shop. So if you like this, you can go get it. Yay! It's up now. So yes, this is up, and the yarn I'm using, so the white is what is this? Paintbox yarn, Simply DK, in the that is really blowing out. I'm trying to show like, this lighting is great because now I'm not all shadowy on this side, but it's hard to like back here. That's right. Okay, so if I hold it back here with my face, it's the right color. This is the champagne white, and then the washed teal. This is all the Paintbox yarn, Simply DK, and then this is the light caramel, and this is all I have left of them. So enough for a nice scrappy something or other. Which reminds me, I saw Nicole from Durab Creations miter square that she made out of her yarn, her fingering weight yarn that she had left over, like her scraps, and it is the cutest miter square I have seen in crochet. Like, hands up, you did good, girl. So I asked her what she did, and I'm gonna do that, but I don't have a lot of fingering weight. All the yarn that I have, they're all varying in weights. I have Aran, I have worsted, I have DK, I have fingering, sport, like. So how do you guys go about making a scrap blanket with so many different yarn weights? Because I feel like if I do it all, it would look really weird. So let me know how you guys do your scrap blankets with different yarn weights. Do you guys hold them together to make a consistent weight? I don't know, but let me know. Oh, and by the way, I just got this at Walmart. I wish I could have made it, but I'm not talented like that in knitting yet. I'm not there yet. I mean, it looks like it's just a simple pattern, but I don't know. I am not an expert. Okay, so on to whips. I am working on the baby blanket still for my sister. So this thing is getting big. I'll have to stand up and show you guys now because it is getting pretty large. I mean, it's a good size for a baby blanket. So now that I have to scoot. Okay. So last time you guys saw it, I was here and I've done this many rows, and my sister is scheduled for November 1st for baby to come. So I need to hurry up and get this stinking thing done because today is, oh shoot, what day is it? October 28th, because 29th is tomorrow. That's right. So, 28th today, and obviously I'm not going to have this there by the time baby comes, but baby will get it soon. So this is I Love This Yarn in Graymist. This one is I Love This Yarn in Rosy Cheeks. And this is their Ivory colorway. I didn't realize how much I love this yarn I had and how many projects I've made with it, because I didn't really discover Hobby Lobby until several years ago, where I've known about like Michael's and Joann's since like, I don't even know how long. My mom used to go to Joann's, so we would go with her, obviously. Duh. So yes, that is the progress that I've made on that. Not as much as I would have liked, but obviously I finished a pattern, published it. I decided not to test this time around. One, because it seems like people like to say they're going to test a pattern for you, and then you never hear back from them after. I've been lucky, and most of the people that have asked to test for me have been fantastic. But there's always those one or two that are like, oh, I'd love to test for you, and then you don't hear back, which, really, come on now. I need your help. Help me help you. So, anyways, yes. I decided not to test this time around to see, well, one, I wrote the pattern when I was completely alone and it was silent in the house and no one was here to bother me. So I'm hoping that there aren't any mistakes, but I've noticed also that because I didn't do the testing, I didn't get as much, like, there wasn't this, like, built-up anticipation for people to buy it. So I haven't made like any sales on it, but I am announcing it here to you guys now. So you guys are my big crowd, of people, my creative peeps. So that pattern is the Ripple Baby Blanket, right? Ripple Baby Blanket by Daisy Cottage Design. It is a free pattern on her blog, but I bought it because I don't like blogs. I mean, more power to you if you blog, but a lot of bloggers have a lot of affiliate links and ads, and I feel like I can never find the pattern, which is pretty annoying. But I was looking for it on her page, and I was like, okay, when am I going to find the pattern? I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to buy the pattern for a couple dollars. Get the PDF, print it out, call it a day. So, plus, I'm helping out a fellow maker, you know? Put money in the pot so it'll come back to you, I guess. Gotta support makers so makers will support you. It's only fair. So next, oh, this big boy. Next is the Cabin in the Woods sweater, which I made a tremendous amount of work on. But I have to rip it all out because I've realized that, so this thing is massive. Like, look at this. This is a sweater. Yes. I've made a ton of progress. So I'm on Sleeve Island. Yay. Boo! Because as I'm working this, so I'm trying to do a raglan style, clearly. But as you can see over here, I left far too much space here. And although it's still working, like it still works, it still fits. You know what? Let me try it on and I'll show you. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, so as you can see, sweater, right? But it's super bunchy right here. And so this is how I kind of wanted it to be, kind of close. Like, I knew it'd pull out a little bit, so more like that. But as I'm working it, it's pulling the sleeve like more and more outward. And it's supposed to be like up here. And it's going to be a box neck. And as I'm doing it, there's just too much here. Maybe I'm making it too big for myself. I don't know. But also, because this is a super bulky yarn, you're getting super bulky, like, bulges. And so this is what it's looking like so far. God, it just makes me look like a freaking blimp. But it's supposed to be like a really long sweater. And it's too bulky here. I need to fix the raglan. So basically, I have to rip it all out and do it again. So give me a second so I can take this off because I look a hot mess. And I'll be right back. So, yes, I have to redo this now. Which means I have to tear back. And this is why I like doing bottom up sweaters. So the bulk of the sweater is mainly done. Like, your ribbing's done on the bottom, your everything. But now I have to rip back the sleeve. And I have to rip out the entire yoke. And redo the entire raglan and the yoke. It's just, ugh. Ugh! So, that pattern, I am not entirely sure when it's going to be out. I don't know. But the yarn I am using for that sweater is Loops and Threads Copenhagen in the Fjord colorway, which I love that word, Fjord. First time I heard it was in Frozen. I was like, a fjord? What's that? That sounds cool. But anyways, anyways. So, my next project, which knitting projects, I didn't work on any knitting this week. But I did frog Emma's hat. I just noticed that I wasn't liking the way it was looking. And I noticed that there was a few holes happening with the color changes. And, oh, and Emma lost one of my knitting needles. Sorry. Oh, there we go. Emma lost one of my knitting needles, which means I have now lost like 2 or 3 5mm knitting needles. So I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm just going to crochet the dang hat. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to end up crocheting her hat. But that's besides the point. That's not what I'm talking about. I didn't work on my socks. I didn't work on Emma's socks. But I did start a sewing project. Well, I should say a quilting project. So my grandma made me this ginormous quilt 5+ years ago. And I know for a fact it was over 5 years. No, it was longer than that. It's been over 7 years. Because I've had that longer than I've been with my husband. And we've been together 7 years. So, I've had this quilt for a long time. And when I say I've had it for a long time, that means it's been on my bed. And I've been using it almost every day for 7 years. So it's getting pretty beaten up, considering the fact that my husband is a blanket hog and he likes to wrap himself up. And then, you know, I've had my kids sleeping with it. I've had my dog lay on it and scratch at it when they're trying to get comfortable. I've had, they wrestle on it, they pull on it, and it's like, and at this point, pieces of the squares are starting to come up, the back is starting to rip, the edges are completely almost frayed, and I'm like, I need another quilt. And I don't want this quilt to be so far gone that I can't hand sew it and fix it, fold it up, and save it, because it's a handmade gift. It's a quilt. It's never going to be thrown out. I don't care. Like, I'll mend it, but it is beyond the point of mending it and using it still, because I just don't want it to get ruined. So I have gone through my fabric stash, which is a very small stash, to try and coordinate some type of quilt. So I showed these fabrics a long time ago, like a long time ago, in the podcast when I bought them, but I am starting to make squares, and I will tell you about that process. Oh my goodness. So this is my first, it's going to be I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be very feminine and flowery, and yeah, it's a very feminine quilt. And honestly, my husband's like, I don't care. As long as it's a comfy quilt, I don't care. So this is the first square that I've started, and I'm doing it completely different than I've done all my other quilts. So most of the time when I've made quilts in the past, I would sew the squares all together till I get the size quilt that I want, the quilt top. And then I would put the batting and the bottom and sew them all together. Now, I have never had good luck with that. I've always ended up having less than I needed, or as I'm sewing it, I've had it scrunch up, and then by the end, I'm like, oh my gosh, my bottom's too short, or my batting's all messed up, and then I have to go back, rip it all out, and redo it. So I've never had good luck with batting and bottoms like that. But I was watching a sewing channel, and I can't remember where I freaking saw it. I'll look for it and I'll put the links down below, so if you're interested in quilting in a different way of putting your batting on. She says she puts her batting on her square first, which I will say it is a bit more work, because you then have to not only cut out all your squares, you then have to cut your batting down to size to fit your squares. Luckily, I'm doing big squares. It's a 9-inch square, which fit perfectly with my batting. Perfect. I mean, I think per row, I maybe have this much batting left over when I'm done cutting all my squares. So this is the first, and I'm just doing a crisscross just to make sure everything's down. So when I go and sew them together, I'll put right sides together, and then obviously not that way, because it wouldn't work. But I have gotten this many done. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 squares. And my sewing machine broke. Not broke. My presser foot broke. I know you're there in the corner, Emma. Do you have clothes on?
Yeah.
Okay. If you come in here, you need to be quiet. Oh wait, I lied. This one isn't sewed together because
A big fire
my machine stopped working on me.
Shh.
Yes. Shh. So I've only have 2, 4, 5, 6. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I got 6 done. Now, on the second square, my presser foot stopped working. And I know for a fact my presser foots are fine. It's where you plug it in at. So the plug itself is not making connection with the presser foot. So I had to do these by cranking the knob on the side so I can do my squares. And then about my 7th square, this one, it started doing this on the back. Here we go. So as you can see, all of it started to knot up and get caught, and it even started on this side when I flipped it over. So I spent all that time sewing it and then realizing, oh, my sewing machine's not working right. So I haven't been able to make any more progress on that, but I will show you the rest of the fabric. So we have this one, and then this floral beauty, which has some daisies, echinacea flowers. I don't know what the purple ones are. Maybe lavender? No, that's not lavender. I don't know. So there's that one. And then I got this cute stamp one. It's like vintage stamps. Yes, Emma?
Is it almost lunchtime?
Yes, we'll have lunch after this. And then I have this one.
Mom, after lunch I have...
Yes, after lunch you can have candy.
No, I want 10.
No, you're not getting 10 pieces of candy. And then this one, which is going to have a bunch of different, has like different herbs, dill, thyme, lavender bay. So there's that one. I found these, and I love herbs. I love learning about them, and so when I saw these, I'm just like, you are amazing. So I have this one. And my original plan was to make bags out of these. Never happened. And then this one, which is like, I think a Paris themed one, I believe. I'm not sure. Maybe not. Yeah, it is. I saw Paris. Okay. So this is a Paris themed one. And then some more ultra feminine colors. Which, this is, this is me to a T. I wear black almost on a daily basis. I love dark, spooky things. But then I'm also in love with pink floral things and lace and like Victorian.
Mom, you make a ponytail so I can brush your hair.
And then this after. I'm almost done. So those are all my fabrics that I have that I'm going to turn into a giant quilt. If I can get my machine running again. I may have to find a place that repairs machines. Hopefully it's not going to be so expensive that it would just be cheaper to buy a new one. Because that would stink. I don't want to have to buy a whole new machine and learn a new machine. That would just stink. So yeah, that is my sewing project. Now into hoarding. The first thing I bought, which I haven't really bought a lot. It's more like I bought a lot of patterns. But first thing I bought, let's see. It's all in a bag, but I'm trying to keep it all together, so I bought sweater quantity of Red Heart. So this is Dusty Gray, and then this color back here is Aran. I'm planning on making a, can you please stop? Please don't poke a hole. I'm planning on using this for a cardigan design, I'm hoping. So a cardigan design there. I just went to Walmart, bought up all their gray. I wanted to do, was it a darker gray? But they only had like 2 skeins of it. So I went with the lighter gray, which I'm kind of glad I did because it's softer. Oh, excuse me. So yeah. And then the other thing I bought was this Knit Simple magazine, which I really bought for mainly one thing. Well, it's not one thing. It's one section. All and I'm hoping I can make something out of it for, so yeah. And then I'm getting all the Eiffel Towers. Then I saw this amazing bag thanks to Lacey of the Hooked on Owls podcast, who's also Hooked on Owls on Instagram. She tagged me in a post of a bag.
Say cheese.
Cheese. Ah! Oh my god. And can I just tell you, I love the name of this company. This company is called Naughty Knitting Sacks. Like, when I told Nick that, he was like, ooh, that sounds dirty. This was her last bag. The maker's name is Katie Otto, and she's also Naughty Knitting Sacks on Instagram, so you can see all her bags there, and on Etsy. This was the last bag in this size. She still has a small zipper bag, and then a larger, like, big tote type bag for, like, big projects. So I got the medium one, and you can hold it there or here, and honestly,
I'm gonna put a necklace on your head.
amazing. And then she was nice enough to stick this little goodie in for me, which is a needle minder, or a not a needle minder, a Notions little pouch, and it has a coordinating
okay, Mommy, say cheese in the camera right here.
So as you can see right here, it got cut off, but it says "Carry on my wayward son," and then on this side it has Sam and Dean's initials with a gun and the demon knife. So she gave me this for free, and I am beyond grateful because I can put my little DPNs in here, and I love it. So here is her card. Let me see. Okay, it's not wanting to focus. But anyways, everything will be linked down below, so if you want to check out her bag. She has a lot of, like, fandom type bags. I saw Star Wars. I saw, oh, what was some of the other ones? There was another one that I saw that I really was like, ooh, I want that one too. I can't remember, but she has a lot of bags, and they're amazing. And she's out of Cumming, Georgia, which is just perfect for the Naughty Knitting Sacks. Oh my god. Good thing I don't have ads on this video, or I'm not, like, I don't get paid to make videos, because if I did, they would totally not monetize that video.
I go put my Play-Doh downstairs or upstairs?
You get your Play-Doh?
Yeah.
At the table. I'm almost done. I'll be down in like 10 minutes.
Okay.
So, last up, I did buy some patterns online. I bought 4 Made by Mary, who is on Ravelry. I can't remember. Oh god, I'm trying to think what happened. Where is that bag? Is it this one? I'm trying to remember where I put. No. So here's a hint. See all this yarn in here? It's all caked up, ready to go. For a pattern, and I don't think it's in there. For a pattern, there's a lot of different yarns in there. All cotton. I'm trying to find it. Okay, here we go. Now, my printer was going bonkers, so the picture is really crappy. Here's one of the patterns that I bought, and Mary Smith is the name of the designer, and it's made by Mary. So this is the Pet Animal Ring Stacker. So I'm going to be making this soon, hopefully. I want to get some of these other things off the hook and needles so I can work on this. I told you to play with it downstairs. So that was one of the patterns I bought. I also bought a reading
I see it.
Pattern. It's an amigurumi, a reading dragon amigurumi, and a gingerbread boy, which, yes, I am hoping to make the gingerbread boy and the pet stacker before Christmas, but no guarantees. No, don't do that to my things, please. And then the last one I actually bought this morning. I went to pick up Walmart. I went to pick up Walmart. Oh my god. I went to pick up groceries at Walmart because I'll tell you what, going grocery shopping with 2 kids is hard sometimes, especially when one wants everything and the other one doesn't want to sit in the cart and cries and screams if you don't hold them. So sometimes it's just easier to do grocery shopping online and just pick it up. So I went this morning before everybody woke up, and I was sitting there looking on Instagram while I was waiting for the ridiculously nice lady who got me my groceries. And I saw this pattern. It just popped up on my feed. And it was a pillow pattern. And it is in the, it's a graph type. It's tapestry crochet, I guess you could say. Where it's in the shape of a tree, like a Christmas tree. But in the Christmas tree was buffalo plaid. I lost my marbles. I was like, this is ridiculously cute. I have to buy it. I have to buy it right now. And I did. It is the Buffalo Spruce Pillow by TLB Patterns. I'm not entirely sure the name of the actual designer, but oh my god, if you look that up, if you look up Buffalo Spruce Pillow or TLB Patterns on Instagram or Ravelry or Etsy, well, I'm not sure about Ravelry. I take that back. Etsy or Instagram. Oh my gosh, Becky. This is the cutest flippin' pillow I have ever seen. And I will be making that. Like, that is going to be going on the hook, like, real soon. I'm going to see what color she recommends for the actual pillow part and not the tree. Because the tree, I pretty much have some colors left over for buffalo plaid. But I want to know what the color is for the main pillow part, because I really, really like it. And I think it's going to be a tweed of some sort. And I have a little bit of tweed, but I don't have enough for a whole pillow. Or maybe I do. I don't know. I'll have to look. I might have something stashed away. I'm not sure. So that puts us to life stuff, which life stuff this past couple weeks, not much just went on, but we did go to a trunk or treat at my husband's work that they put on, which was very small, and I felt like a lot of the Marines were, this is a saying that my husband has for when they have an event.
I didn't get shy.
No. You're voluntold to go, like, oh, you can go, or, you know, like they imply it's your choice, but really they're telling you you have to go. Which is funny because it's a trunk or treat event, but there were like so many adults that did not have kids that were just sitting around at tables, like twiddling their thumbs, hanging out. But I guess they did have an adult costume contest towards the end before the trunk or treat. So, but it was just funny seeing all these grown men just sitting around doing nothing at a trunk or treat. Because, you know, they have like bounce houses, they had like a whole bunch of cupcakes and popcorn and, you know, stuff that was fun for the kids.
Also some glow sticks.
And glow sticks. They did have glow sticks. So we did that on Thursday.
So they got soda and water in the big one.
Yep. And earlier this week, so this has been something that I've been wanting to do, but I have been kind of going back and forth about doing it. I want to do it, but one, it's a time investment and a money investment. I've been wanting to take herbal courses, so learning about herbal medicine and ways to use herbs and spices and tree barks and stuff like that for herbal remedies for what?
We actually eat some breakfast.
We will in a minute. I'm almost done. I've been wanting to take an herbal course, and luckily the place that I was looking at, they recently started offering a free course. So it's still a time investment, but it isn't a huge money investment because you are taking a course, a class. But herbal medicine is still unlicensed and certified in the United States. There is no certification, there's no licenses that you can get unless you're in California and it goes with either acupuncture or naturotherapy or I don't know. So, yeah. It is something that has always interested me as another career option, is owning a place where you make your own herbal remedies like salves and tinctures and like poultices and all that stuff. Like, it is super interesting to me, and I've always wanted to do that, but one, I have no herbal knowledge at all. Like, I never had anyone in the family that had an extensive knowledge of herbs to even teach me. So this is something I'm learning on my own. I have no prior knowledge. Yes?
I'm getting the house. I'm getting the house.
Okay, so, that's something that I've been looking into, and they started offering a free course about, like, becoming an herbalist. What it would entail, what your career paths could be with it. Not that I'm ever giving up crochet. That's never happening. But it is a second option. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so anything that I like, that I can do and share with others is a career option. Because I am not skilled in the actual workplace when it comes to the real world, apparently. Even though I can craft my ass off and I do have life skills, but most of them aren't considered skills because I'm not certified or have a license or I have no record of it. And, you know, the workplace, the real world, I guess you could say. So, yes, that is something that I'm doing, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's like a 3-month course. They give you 3 months to finish it, but it's like work at your own pace. They give you everything you need and do it as you like. So, yeah, that is something I've currently started, and I'm really looking forward to. And if I do this full course, there's like, it's a mini course. If I do this and I like what I've found or it still intrigues me a bit more, then you go into learning about the actual herbs and making herbal remedies. And then there's like, so this is the mini course, the free mini course. And then there's 4 paid for courses, which get more pricey the more you do. So yes, that is something that I am still mulling over because of the money and the time, which time right now is okay, but you know, as Emma gets older, we have to put more work into school for her. So yeah, other than that, that's pretty much all that's been going on for life stuff and just crafting. But we are actually going to be carving pumpkins later.
Pumpkins.
So I am going to get going because I'm hungry, she's hungry, and it's lunchtime, and I know Colin and I think Nick has already eaten, so there's been a piece of pizza sitting here the whole time. Emma?
What?
Did you bring this up here? Pizza? You stinker. You're not supposed to eat up here. So anyways, I will see you guys in 2 weeks. So I hope you guys have a lovely Halloween.
Yeah.
If you're celebrating, or All Hallows Eve, or Happy Samhain, or Happy Day of the Dead, whatever you're celebrating.
Mommy.
Yes.
We got some presents for Mommy.
Yes, because Colin's birthday is coming up. Anyway, and Christmas presents. So anyways, this is besides the point. I will see you guys later. Bye.
Bye. I love you.